are you? I hope all are you good. Today let me start SST chapter number 4, ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज ड्यूरिंग द कॉलोनियल रूल. ठीक है, अब औपनिवेशिक शासन के सामने जनजातीय समुदाय. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. लेट्स बिगिन. India has always been a rich nation in terms of cultural diversity. ठीक है ना, वो इंडियन क्राफ्ट्समैनशिप हैज बीन वेरी पॉपुलर अमंग मेनी नेशन. भारत तो मतलब अमीर था ही हर चीज में, चाहे वो इकोनॉमिकल कह लो, चाहे वो क्राफ्ट में कह लो, चाहे वो ट्रेड में कह लो, हर तरह से मतलब एक परफेक्ट कंट्री थी जिन्हें जो है जिसे अंग्रेजों ने आके लूट लिया. ओके, सो Indian craftsman has been very popular among many nations. However, the British rule did not only affect our social structure. ठीक है ना, अब अगर ब्रिटिश शासन जो है हम पर आके हमें इफेक्ट नहीं करता ना, ठीक है, बट ऑल्सो आर इंडस्ट्रीज एंड ट्रेडिशनल क्राफ्ट्स, देयर कॉलोनियल ambitions and increasing greed for wealth compelled them to act brutally on Indian people, be it on mainstream society or the tribes of the country. In short, colonialism affected every social group in our society. Tribals of India. The term tribals of Adivasis, ठीक है, मीनिंग ओरिजिनल इनहेबिटेंट्स ऑफ आवर लैंड, जो आदिवासी होते हैं, इज यूज्ड फॉर ऑल कम्युनिटीज दैट लिव इन रिमोट inaccessible highland and desolate forest. Tribals are groups of people bound together by a similar language. ठीक है, वो एक साथ रहते हैं और उनकी लैंग्वेज जो है सिमिलर होती है, कल्चर एंड कस्टम भी सिमिलर होता है. मोस्टली दे लिव इन आइसोलेशन फ्रॉम द मेन स्ट्रीम सोसाइटी. वो ना आदिवासी जो होते हैं ना, वो उनका एक अलग एरिया होता है, अलग क्षेत्र में रहते हैं. वो जो हमारा जो लाइफ है, मतलब इस तरह का जो हमारी लाइफ स्टाइल है उससे बहुत अलग होते हैं, आइसोलेट रखते हैं आपको अपने आप को. हिस्ट्री एंड स्टडिंग ट्राइबल हिस्ट्री आर फेस्ड विद द चैलेंज ऑफ गैदरिंग इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द ट्राइब्स एंड अराइविंग एट कंक्लूजन बिकॉज ऑफ अ स्कैरसिटी ऑफ सोर्सेज अवेलेबल. सिंस द ट्राइबल्स लीड अ मोर और लेस आइसोलेटेड लाइफ, most literary sources have only a passing reference to them. Bulls and folklore which have passed on from one generation to the other orally are perhaps the most important source. Apart from these, there are official documents such as petitions of individual peasants and tribals, records of administrative proceeding reports and judgment of inquiry commissions, gadgets, contemporary newspaper and biographies also help to substantiate some facts. Changes in tribal society. The tribals were dispossessed of their lands when they failed to pay the land revenue. They had to work as wage laborers. Some of the tribals were allowed to retain land but had to pay high land revenue, failing which their land was confiscated. The British forced many tribals to adopt settled agriculture as they found it difficult to monitor the pastoralists and get regular and revenue from them. The British made tremendous changes in the forest laws by declaring forest as state property and restricting the use of forest resources or practice of shifting agriculture. Tribals were even forced to abandon their living spaces in the reserve forest. ठीक है, उनको फोर्स किया जाने लगा ब्रिटिश सरकार के द्वारा कि वो अपना एग्रीकल्चर शिफ्ट करके मतलब अपना हर तरीके से अपना कब्जा जमाना चाहते थे. वो द मनी लैंडर्स एंड ट्रेडर्स ऑफन चीटेड, उन्हें जो है चीट करते थे आदिवासी को, हु वर डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम फॉर सर्टेन थिंग्स फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म लोन्स. अब इन लोगों के पास कुछ इनकम सोर्स नहीं, कोई जॉब नहीं. अब ये जो अपनी जो एग्रीकल्चर जो फार्मिंग है, इससे तो अपना गुजारा करते थे ये लोग. द ट्राइबल चीफ्स हु अर्लियर एंजॉयड देयर पावर एंड ऑथोरिटी बिकेम mere agents of the British and their survival depended upon British mercy. So, their main economic activities were hunting, gathering and shifting cultivation. So, during the British rule, the Europeans grew indigo, jute, tea, coffee, sugar cane and sugarcane and ganna. oilseeds, and large tracts of forested land or plantations. The establishment of plantation displaced the tribal population and also took away their source of livelihood. They were forced to work on plantations for meager wages for free. Exploitation of labor became synonymous with the plantation industry. Farmers were often forced to borrow money from the money lenders at high rates of interest. In such extreme conditions, they rose up in revolt against the British rule. Tribal revolts. The clash between the tribals and the British was grossly mismatched as the tribal people fought with bows, arrows, axes, and spears, while the British used sophisticated weapons and troops, in some cases the non-tribal population to join. The rebellions, in their quest to get their demands fulfilled, the important tribes who revolted in the period include Santals of Bihar, Bengal and Jharkhand, Hons of Odisha, Bhils of Central India, Kols of Bengal, Mundas, and the years from 1763 to 1857 saw many rebellions against the British by different sections of society, including the dispossessed landlords, disobedient soldiers, tribals, impoverished peasants, and artisans. Large tracts of tribal lands were taken over by British planters for their plantations. The tribal living in these regions were displaced and become landless as a large labor force was required on the plantations. Tribals were forced to work on plantation for work as bonded laborers. Taxation on tribal products, influx of Christian missionaries, and exploiting the forest resources on which their livelihood depended led to tribal uprising. They fought with their bows and arrows and were easily crushed. Their anger was directed against all symbols of colonial power. The Munda rebellion was concentrated in the Chota Nagpur region. Birsa Munda led this movement. ये बहुत फेमस वो थे आदिवासी. Birsa was inspired by the takes among elders of his community about restoration of the golden age of Mundas, when they would be able to live freely according to their ideas without the interference of the British. He spent some time getting education in Christian missionaries, but was later influenced by a Vaishnav preacher. The main aim of his rebellion was to drive away the British and re-establish the rights of the Mundas, reforming the tribal community. He wanted to reoccupy the lands that once belonged to them. The Munda rebellion was also a social movement because Birsa asked his people to take to clean habits and give up dishonesty, worshipping of evil spirit, drinking liquor and animal sacrifices. The Munda rebellion also aimed at driving out Hindu landlords, moneylenders, missionaries and the government. The Mundas identified them as the threat to their freedom because their freedom over their land was being restricted due to British land policies. Their traditional culture was being criticized by the missionaries. Moneylenders and Hindu landlords were taking over their lands. As the movement spread, the British took action and arrested Birsa in 1895. He was released after 2 years in 1897. He once again inspired his people to come together and take a stand against the outsiders who were destroying their way of living. Birsa's followers attacked churches and police stations, raided properties of Hindu landlords and moneylenders. There were several conflicts between the Mundas and the British, but finally the revolt was suppressed with an iron hand by the British. Birsa died of cholera in 1900 while in captivity. With his death, the movement lost leadership. वही उनका नेतृत्व करता था. The significance of the movement was realized by the British as they now knew that the tribals were capable of staging revolt against them, and hence several laws were introduced to give tribals more freedom over their lands with restricted interference of traders and moneylenders. So all topics are covered in this chapter here. I hope you all are very well understand and enjoy it. Thank you.